Hello, it's Friday. It's a new me. I finally got a haircut today. It feels so much better. You gotta know the right people sometimes, or know the right people who know the right people who know the right people sometimes. I lost 17 pounds. I weighed myself. That's all a lie, but I feel like I've lost 17 pounds, so miraculous. It's Friday. I'm up at the shop. I got the haircut today. We went to Ralph's, we went to Costco. Been talking to Nate for the past few hours. I got my car cleaned up because it's Friday detail day. A lot of bugs, little seed pods, dirty wheels. Now, no more. Yesterday I didn't film up here, so I'll give you the update on what all happened. I put the SMG harness back in the car because we're going to be reusing it. At the other end that's coming out where the transmission is right now, we're able to use two of the existing connectors that will plug and play into the manual. Here's the manual. I put the manual transmission harness on. This is where it's going to connect to the car that runs up to the DME box, and then it's got a nice little fastener there, another fastener here, neutral sensor, backup light sensor. The crank sensor is going to be on the engine harness. The secondary crank sensor is also on the SMG harness, which is going to be wired into the DME somewhere, somehow. This is an E92 slave cylinder, and that will be coming off. We'll be putting an E60 M5 piece on. Then this part of the wiring harness comes all the way over the transmission, goes behind the slave cylinder, loops around by this bolt thing, and then has another connector, and then that is the oil temp sensor down there. So all of that is ready to go in the car, really. I mean, we have a couple more things we're going to do to this. Somewhere there's a filter, a fluid filter. I don't know where it is. In fact, I kind of expected it to be down there. I think it's that. That's probably the fluid filter right under the pump, which we're not going to be using. In here we're replacing I don't know what you call it, the pivot point thing, like this whole piece. And then this little clip, and there's some sort of another little piece. I don't know, I've never really worked inside of a transmission before, so we'll get to that. This side of the SMG wiring harness is a rat's nest. I don't think we're going to power the pump. That's what a lot of this is for, the SMG relay. The pump relay is this green one. We have a bunch of hot lines that come into a nut here. I think all of this can be chopped. I'll probably keep these grounds, but I'll chop the rest of that when we know we're done. This is what used to plug into the SMG DME. Those will probably be repurposing several of the connectors for use elsewhere. The meat and potatoes of the wires that will connect to the neutral sensor, backup light switch, and oil temp sensor on the manual are in here, and I've already labeled them. The ones with the red lines are the wires that I'm going to need to repurpose and then pin directly into the DME. This is the X6000 1, 2, and 3, 4, 5, and 6, something like that. There's like 7 or 8 DME connectors here that we're going to be pinning into and splicing into. Yeah, we actually do have to splice a couple because they're shared powers and they're shared grounds. So we'll need to figure out a nice clean way to splice those. In other news, I picked up a few more parts today, including the EDC button trim. The EDC button replaces the ashtray door thing, and I'm 90% sure we're able to reuse the same center console, which is nice, saves a bunch of money. So we'll be replacing this door with the EDC button trim, which keeps a little 12-volt power outlet, keeps a little tray, and then just adds the EDC button up there. Power and DSC will move into the MDM button that replaces TPMS. TPMS moves to iDrive, but we're going to code it out. This button is replaced with your brain.